now.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We're doing 7 weeks of each week. We're doing a different strategy for how to learn, understand, explain, and buy things with Troptions. The first week was, do you have a strategy? Second week was be able to get involved. The third week was educate yourself. This week is explain your asset, or can you explain your Troptions? I told everybody last week it was this week was going to be buying something, but that's next week. This week is, can you explain your Troptions? And I think this is really one of the most important of all. They're all very important, the 7 steps. But the thing that we have at the website and the thing that we have at the bottom is, if you can't explain your Troptions, you'll never be able to use them. And that's so true. I see it all the time when people are frustrated or they say it's a scam, you can't use them, you can't this. And I ask one question and it just shuts everything down. And my question is, can you explain it? And I get silence all the time. So I always go back to telling people, if you have a vehicle and you put yourself in the person who has something to sell, if you have something to sell that you bought free and clear, and you can't, and somebody comes to you and says, would you be open to selling your vehicle and using for cryptocurrency? And the person says, I don't know a lot about cryptocurrency. I've been hearing a lot about it, Bitcoin going up. It might be a great investment for me. What do you have? Do you have Bitcoin? No, I have another cryptocurrency that's a proof of use coin. It's called Troptions. Okay, can you explain it to me a little bit? Well, I really can't explain it. I can send you some information on it, but I really can't explain it. You just lost the sale, because that guy doesn't want to get educated by going and doing his research. He's going to do that anyways. But if you're trying to sell him something or buy something from him, and you can't explain to him what you have for him to make a decision and even want to go forward to give you a title of a free and clear truck that he paid for in cash, you will never, ever, ever use your Troptions or be able to buy anything with Troptions. It's just that simple. You must be able to explain your Troptions. The easiest way to explain something is for you to have done it yourself. And that's the number one question. Have you done anything? If you haven't, then next week when we start teaching people how to use their Troptions, all of these steps lead up to being able to use your Troptions. Explaining something is the ability to break it down into fact and be able to talk about the subject. And if you feel nervous about it, one of the best things to do is practice your pitch in a mirror to yourself, and then go over. It's very important to understand the facts of what you're going to be talking about. But the most important thing is being comfortable with the things that you're saying. It's very important to listen to the client or the person that you're buying something from, their questions. Never answer a question if you're not 100% sure of the answer. So in other words, don't make up. We don't have to make up things to sell people on Troptions. Troptions is one of the beautiful things about Troptions is the things that we're talking about and the things that you need to talk about with people, they're all fact. You don't need to make up anything to try to convince somebody of taking Troptions. Tell them the truth about Troptions. Answer their questions before they ask them. This takes practice, because once you understand your pitch, and we're going to talk about this a little later on in these group of slides that we're talking in, once you understand the facts and your pitch and the things that you want to talk about, you will be able to answer most of their questions right up front before they even ask them. So you have to be comfortable with your pitch, and the easier it is that you are with your pitch, the easier it is for you to close a deal. Always be positive about Troptions. When you sell knowledge, you become an expert. And that's what you want, is you want people to know that you're an expert on what you're talking about with Troptions, not something that you just picked up, not something that you kind of do. If you're serious about the investment that you have, and as you see today, they're gone up again. So you have an asset that is actually increasing in value. Now they'll go down, but they're going up. So you have an asset that's actually increasing in value that you can do something with. So be very cognizant of the things that you're learning, and go over it and over it and over it and over it again, and become an expert at what you have. Because the more authority that you have when you talk, the easier it is for somebody to get to understand it, the easier and more comfortable they are, and the easier it is for you to be able to close the deal. Jim, when you explain, start with the facts about Troptions. I always start off with Troptions has been around for 18 years. Why do I say Troptions has been around for 18 years first? Because that lets people know we've been around longer than Bitcoin. So I always start off, and that's a fact. In 2004, we filed SEC. Garland filed an SEC in 2004 as a digital currency. And right there, digital currency that he filed in 2004 is amazing, because digital currency wasn't even I mean, nobody even knew what digital currency was at that time, basically. Bitcoin came out in 2009, and Garland in 2004 is filing with the SEC, calling it a digital currency. It's amazing. Know that in 2016 is when we came out with Troptions, went on the Bitcoin blockchain. We converted Troptions, or Garland did. Garland converted Troptions from a barter token coin or digital currency into cryptocurrency in 2006. Troptions is called a proof of use coin because you can use it. Troptions is called a proof of fact coin because we have facts of trades completed with Troptions. So that's very important when you're talking and giving points to the people and you're starting off in your pitch. These are all bullets, but these are all things that are very important to put in your pitch. Now, how you put them in, that's up to you. Everybody is, comfortable in a certain way. Like Jim said, these videos will be both in voice with me talking about it, and then they'll have the videos where you can just present it yourself. I suggest everybody learn both of them. Listen to the ones that I say, take out what you don't like, put in what you do like. Um, that's the way you're going to do it. One of the first things we acquired with Troptions was a hotel. One of the first things that was acquired with Bitcoin was a pizza. What we did is we bought a hotel in Branson, Missouri, the first deal that we ever did. And I hope I don't lose my internet connection here. Dropships is considered an asset and can be used in several different ways. And that's very important, because if you start talking to people, one of the things that I like to do is let them know that Troptions can be used in many different ways. A lot of the cryptocurrencies that are out there are very narrow in scope. They're set up for one specific thing. I'm talking to some guys right now that have they just have a patent on a drug, and they're going to have a coin. So the first thing they said to me is, "What do you think? We got this miracle patent drug that we're going to do that's going to change all this stuff." And we decided we're going to have a coin. Well, everybody has a coin nowadays. There's when we got in, I think in 2016, when I got involved with crypto or Troptions, there was 1,900 coins. Today, there's over 8,200 coins. So everybody's got a coin. Everybody wants to get into the crypto game. But their coin can only be used for one thing. The first question I said to him was, what can your coin do? Well, you can use it to buy our drug. So what does that mean? I'm going to buy a coin just so I can buy your drug? See, that doesn't make any sense. And that's where Troptions is far out ahead of most of the cryptocurrencies out there, because people aren't using them to buy cars, to buy trucks, to buy real estate, gems, land, businesses, leverage, guarantee, earnest money, deposits, animals, CBD, guns, cycles, ATVs, trailers, RVs, sponsorship, giveaways, advertising, investment. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. So these are very important things to tell people, because people want to know what they can do with the cryptocurrency. They don't want to just take a cryptocurrency. They want to know what they can do with a cryptocurrency. And this right here is a way that sets us apart from everybody else in the cryptocurrency world, because of the things that we have done. It's very important to stay up with what's going on with Troptions and the crypto industry. You should know how many cryptocurrencies are out there. You should know where to go and where to take your people when you're talking to them about Troptions. If you're in front of them, or if you go to the point where you're, and we'll get down, I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself, where you're sending things to them, but you should know where to go to for you to keep up with what's going on with Troptions. Social media, we have, I think, 10 pages on social media. Um, you should understand, tell your Troption story, how you got involved with Troptions. That's something that's very interesting to everybody, is how did you get involved with Troptions? Why do you have Troptions? I mean, did you just, were they given to you? Did you buy them? Did you trade somebody with something for somebody with them? How did you get involved in Troptions? You should have a story. You should be able to tell your story of how you got involved in Troptions. I got involved in Troptions because one day I came home and I was getting ready. It was a hot day in Atlanta, Georgia. I just got off the radio. I came home. I'm getting ready to go sit by the pool and have a beer. And guess who calls me? I hear a voice from a man, and the first thing he said, my name is Garland E. Harris. You, Brian Stone? And I said, yes, I am. And he says, I've been doing some research. I'm looking for some radio advertising, and your name keeps on coming up. And I said, well, isn't that something? And I said, well, what kind of advertising? He goes, I'm looking to spend $1 million in radio advertising on a company I just got involved in, a publicly traded company. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely. I'll have my secretary give you call you and send you the bank account, and we can go from there. Well, the phone got silent for a minute. And then Garland says, well, will you accept cryptocurrency? And I said, cryptocurrency? Um, um, uh, I really don't know that much about cryptocurrency. And he goes, I said, is it kind of like Bitcoin? And he said, something like Bitcoin, but we're a little different. The name of ours is Troptions. And Garland started telling me about it. Well, I said, I don't know that much about it, but I'll tell you what I'll do. Because see, on the radio, every minute I'm not on, it's a minute I can never get again. When I'm on my show, if I can't sell that advertising, I'll never have that advertising time again. So if a guy's offering me $1 million of something, why wouldn't I look farther into it and see what it's all about? I got off the phone with Garland and I went and I started researching. For the first week, I couldn't even say the word Troptions. I messed it up so many times. I forgot cryptocurrency. I mean, it was a mess. But for 2 days, I did nothing but study cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and anything I could find about cryptocurrency. 3 days later, Garland called me back and asked me, what did you decide? And I said, I think I'm going to do it. I'll do it. And that's how it started. Now, of course, the story goes on from there, but that was my story. That's how I got involved with cryptocurrency, with Troptions. And everybody has a story. Somebody came up to you, somebody told you about it, somebody gave it to you. There's a story there, and people want to hear your story. So that's very important. Think about that. Think about how to, how to tell it, and then tell it. Let them know. This is how I got involved in it. I didn't know anything about cryptocurrency, nothing. But what I did is I became an expert. And as soon as I became an expert, the whole world changed for me. And you know what? Garland told me that would happen. Now, I might not have been the most sophisticated guy, and I might not have been the smartest guy. I might have just said, if I was too smart, it looks like too much work. I'm not interested. I've never heard of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, they say it's a scam because 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Bitcoin was, I mean, somebody said Troptions was a scam, and I replied to them with 60 different things that were on Bitcoin that you can find on the internet that said Bitcoin was a scam, scamming people. It will never last. It will never happen. It will never be on Wall Street. Nobody will ever accept it. Will never be able to do anything with it. So I didn't learn, I didn't listen from any of that. I just went out and became an expert at what I do, and I do it well. Um, you must know the terms to communicate with other people. You need to understand, you need to take the time and go to the glossary. We have it on the website. It's the cryptocurrency Bitcoin, it's glossary. It's right there is the link. And it has all of the things that you need to know, different words, buzzwords, different definitions. So when you hear somebody talking, you understand what they're talking about. That's something that I think you should spend some time with. I did. It was something that helped me out. There were a lot of things I didn't know what people were even talking about. I couldn't even have a conversation with people because I didn't know the terms that they were using. And that will tell you a lot of people that you may be trying to buy something with or from that have a different cryptocurrency and understand the terminology of really how sophisticated you are and how you can pique their interest in using another coin and getting involved in Troptions. There's many times and deals that I have done. People they understand Bitcoin, they understand Ethereum, Ripple, the other ones, Tron, but they haven't heard about Troptions. And that's the opportunity to be able to explain to them with your knowledge and your education of how and what Troptions is all about. And when you start breaking it down that we were here in 2004, that's wow, really? Because people that understand Bitcoin was 2009. We filed with the SEC in 2004. Wow, that's something. So when you know those things, not only you get respect from your peers, but they understand that you have something that makes sense that they're open to. Okay. Proof of authority, proof of stake, proof of use, proof of work. Which one is Troptions? Troptions is proof of use. If you're not sure what proof of authority is, proof of stake, or proof of work, I encourage every one of you to go look those up tonight. I'm not even going to tell you because that's homework for tonight. Go look them up and understand why Troptions is different and which coins are proof of authority, which coins are proof of stake, and which coins are proof of work, and what that means. And that will help you when you're on your quest to buy something because they're going to come at you and they're going to tell you a coin. I have Bitcoin, proof of work. I have Ethereum, proof of stake. Okay. I have Ripple. They're all different coins. They mean all different things. And the fact is most people don't even know the proof of stake, proof of work, proof of authority, and proof of use. And now proof of fact. It's very important. Okay. Some links that I think you should know about the white paper. I think everybody should read the white paper and understand where Garland was coming from when he created this coin back in 2004, 2016, when we went to crypto. We started putting all our ingredients together for a white paper because all the cryptocurrencies come out with a white paper when they're doing an ICO. We didn't do an ICO, but we did do a white paper. What are Troptions? Again, it's a company
Did we lose him?
Yeah, we lost him. He has some internet trouble, so we're gonna give him a couple minutes to come back on here in just a second, so we can finish this presentation here. So everybody, hang tight, please. We'll be right back. I don't want to have to cut out too much.
There it is. I'm sorry. I don't understand this internet. Um, there's so much information on YouTube about Troptions and on Facebook, friends of Facebook. There's on the very top, there's I think it's like a leopard or I don't know, a lion or something, some blue thing that if you click on that, it has a bunch of different videos of Garland explaining Troptions. I mean, these are things I look at right now. I look at all the time just to sharpen up, just to get more in tune with what his vision was of Troptions. So those are some really important links. And then again on that information sheet that we send out where we have all the links, I think Jim has that set up on the meetup meeting that they send out every Thursday on the thing that you click on to get into the meetup, or not the meetup, but the Zoom meeting. You can pull that up. That's on that email that they send out every week, telling people about and reminding people about the Zoom meeting tonight. You can click on those links there, and it has everything there, all the different things. Take some time and educate yourself. Here's the thing. You need to be able to invest in yourself, and that's what this is all about, is investing in yourself. Educating yourself will never hurt you. It will only help you when you're doing something like this. So educating yourself is very, very, very important, and these links will help you. Jim? One of the most important things, again, is being able to understand and really be able to convey to the people how to open a wallet. Um, it's very easy. I go over this, but you want to go over it where you not only can memorize it, not verse by verse, but I mean, the very important thing is you got to know what website to send them to open their wallet. You need to be able to tell them when they're at the website, which, counterparty, what to click, how to open your wallet. One of the things that people always need to be is very important, is the 12 words. I had some people 2 weeks ago that were at an event. I set them up with the password, or with the passwords and everything, and we put, I think, $1,000 in their wallet to start with. And 4 days later, the guy says, "Well, the paper that I wrote it on, it ended up, I got it. It was thrown away." So like, what are you talking about? I told you, don't lose the password. He goes, "Well, I can just hit, can I get forget password or something like that?" No, you can't. He said, "Well, what's going to happen with the Troptions?" I said, "They're gone. Those Troptions are gone." So it's very important to let people know that the 12 words in the passwords are, that's it. If you lose those 12 words, you will not get into your wallet. We've all heard about the guy, I think a month ago or a couple weeks ago, that had a Bitcoin wallet, 250,000 Bitcoin, or some ridiculous amount of $250 million, I think. And he didn't have his password. He had the wallet address. He was trying to pay hackers to try to hack into, get his password, and he said he'd give him $1 million. I don't know about you, but if I had $250 million sitting in a wallet that I need the password or something done with, I would pay people a little more than $1 million to get my 250. From what I understand, he just looks at the wallet right now with his money because he can't get to it. He never got his 12 words and nobody was able to get them for him. So the other thing that's very important about your wallet is when you're talking to somebody and setting their wallet up for them, they're going to need Bitcoin. So a lot of people will do a deal with people and forget to tell them one of the most important things is because once the person gets their Troptions in their wallet and they want to play around or they're anxious and excited to tell others and show others, they go, I can't do anything with it. What's the deal? Oh, I forgot to tell you, you have to buy Bitcoin. What? How do I do that? Then that's a whole nother rant and rave. So I always explain to people after I send them the counterparty wallet or counterwallet.io that they also need to go to coinbase.com and buy a small amount of Bitcoin for their wallet to do the transactions that they need to do for their wallet. I think I've only bought from from Coinbase 2 times, I think $100. And now my Bitcoin's like at $900. So, and I just eat off of that. We were talking earlier tonight, kind of off the subject a little bit, but Spud was talking about your wallet and being able to send Troptions to other people. And right now with Bitcoin increasing in value, the cost of sending has gone up too. So what I normally do is when you go today, I went and I sent some stuff to somebody. And when I pulled it up, it showed a $9.60 charge. That was for 1 block. On the bottom, when you're going to send, there's a little bar and it has a little circle and you can move that circle up and down. And that will tell you how many blocks it's going to take before your Troptions is sent. The lower you go, the higher the blocks, the longer it will take, but the cheaper the price. So if you don't have to get something to somebody immediately and you don't want to use up all your Bitcoin, lower that down. I lower it down to 63 cents, and that's even high. I mean, I'm used to doing 5 cents back in the day, but now with Bitcoin going up, it's a whole lot more. So lower it down, and we'll talk about that later. Of course, free wallet is for your app, for your phone. We've already talked about this in one of the earlier sessions about Counterparty. I personally like to be on Counterparty or Counter Wallet because it has more functionality for me. It's easier versus off my phone. I use my free wallet to explain to people, to show people a wallet, and even do some transactions. But 90% of the time, I'm doing all of my transactions off of Counter Wallet. There's more functionality. There's more things to show people. It's a better educational tool. Free wallet is just something that you can have on your phone to keep a track of your Bitcoin and your Troptions, watch the values, something good to show people. But then again, everybody has a different preference. A lot of people like free wallet, do everything off of free wallet. And then other people like Counter Wallet. Counter Wallet, you have more options. Sometimes free wallet will freeze up and you won't be able to make a transaction. Counter Wallet, you have 2 different links there that you can go. If you didn't, tonight I was doing a deal and the Counterparty wallet wasn't up, but there's one right under it. It's a new one they got up. I hit that and I did the same exact thing and did the same transaction. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're dealing with the wallets. But a lot of those things you'll learn by doing, and a lot of them you really can't explain to people but at least you'll know that if they do have the problem, you'll know what the problem is and how to explain to get them out and get them moving. Because what you don't want is people frustrated on not being able to maneuver through Troptions or through Counter Wallet. Jim? Answer the questions before it's asked. Like I said earlier, I always start off with Troptions has been around for 18 years. Troptions is on Xchain and ECFX exchange. And then those are the links for them to go. Troptions is on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is the most secure blockchain there is. Troptions is a true peer-to-peer cryptocurrency and was created to get away from cash. One of the things that people always will say is, how do I convert it to cash? And the way that we convert things with Troptions is we buy it and then we resell it. People have heard that with the exchanges, and that was the way Bitcoin was created to be a true cryptocurrency. And that was peer-to-peer, get away from cash, get away from the third person, the third clog, the feds and the banks, the middleman taking their fees and just going from A to B. So Troptions is a pure crypto token peer-to-peer coin. And that's one of the things that I think is very important for people to know. Right now, their thing is how do you get to cash? And I explained the whole purpose of cryptocurrency is to get away from cash. Okay. Cash doesn't grow like cryptocurrency does. So why would you want to keep your cash? It's a mentality. They need to do a paradigm shift, and that's coming. There's going to be a day of awakening where people aren't going to have a choice. They're just going to have cryptocurrency or digital currency. And then they're going to wish they would have got involved and learned how to use it earlier, but that's always the way it is. Troptions can be traded for other cryptocurrency. I think on ECFX, you can do some trading. There is an Asian type of exchange. I'm going to get the information on that you can do some trading, and they'll accept some Troptions for some different currencies, not Bitcoin yet, but those are out there, and we'll let you know when we find them. I had some guys do a deep dive, some computer guys that I don't know how they found it, but they found out a lot of different places where Troptions is being used that I've never even knew that was existed. But Troptions is happening all around the world, so nothing surprises me. Troptions transactions, you can show them and can be verified on the Bitcoin blockchain. You can go to the xchain.io, assets, troptions.gold, and hit send. And we did that a couple weeks ago and showed everybody how you can verify the amount of transactions that are being done daily, weekly, and monthly with Troptions. Again, I tell people right up front, we filed with the SEC in 2004. That's the exact date, 12/27/2004. Troptions was sued by the SEC on 1/20/2019, and that lawsuit was dismissed on 1/12/2020. That's something that I tell people right up front, because otherwise they're going to go do their searching and they're going to come back and act like they found something that you don't know about. No, we already know about that. It's already taken care of. The reason why that was dismissed, the reason why it was sued, is because people said that you couldn't do anything with Troptions. Well, once the evidence showed that we bought hotels, land, trucks, cars, buses, boats, on and on and on, there's not much you can dispute about fact. That's why Troption, again, is a proof of fact. Troption stands for trade options. It should be in all officially. It should be in all caps. And there's an example of Troptions there's one Troption or there's 1 billion Troptions. So it's a clever word. There's one Troptions or there's 1 billion Troptions. Garland was amazing. The guy's just a genius. Okay. Um, again, the FXS and FCFX, ECFX, and anywhere on Troptions, xtroptions.gold, you can go find out the information. Troptions are paired with many other cryptocurrencies, are not paired with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Again, proof of work, proof of stake. Troptions is a proof of use crypto token. Important. Different categories, different cryptos, different uses. We're not on the exchange. And I've been told again this week by another hedge fund, do not go on the exchange. Try to stay off the exchanges. Figure out other ways. We are figuring out other ways. Sometimes the best thing to do is not be able to do something, to figure out another way to do it. The easiest way is to do something, and exchanges. One of the reasons why we never went on exchanges, because exchanges can cost, for one exchange, anywhere from $500 to $1 million just to get on the exchange. And anybody's welcome. Anybody out there that has $500 to $1 million and wants to get on an exchange, let me know and I'll help you put Troptions on the exchange. That's up to you. Everybody's Troptions are their Troptions. They can do with what they want. We're not here. I'm not here to dictate. What I'm telling everybody on these videos are things that I have done that have worked for me. And you can use them for your knowledge or don't use them at all. Troptions is on Tron Exchange. We got, right before Garland passed away, we got on the Tron Exchange. I personally have not done a lot with Tron. Durwood has done stuff with Tron, and some other people have done stuff with Tron. So there are Troptions on there. And on Tron, you can exchange Troptions for other cryptos on the Tron exchange. You just have to have the Troptions Tron. If you're interested in that, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. The word Troptions include Troptions, Troptions.gold, Troptions Ethereum, xTroptions, xTroptions.aus, xTroptions.gold, and Troptions.th. So those are other coins that we were doing different things with. They're out there. They're not in circulation. Only the ones that we really use are in circulation for the specific purposes of trading for different, goods and services. Troptions is being used all over the world: Asia, Africa, Australia, India, Russia, Korea, Ukraine, and the United States. Those are the places I know that people are using Troptions. That list can get bigger. It's going to get bigger. But that's what I know right now, what we found out of transactions and people that have Troptions, that have called in, that have asked questions from where they're at. And that grows, that's going to grow. Each one of those countries with a handful of people in it is just like what we did here with Troptions. It was, Garland, and then a couple people, and then a couple more people, and then we did seminars, and then more people and more people and more people. So each one of these countries are growing their Troption holders, which is good for everybody in Troptions. We're building our own ecosystem where Troption holders can use their Troptions. What we've done in 4 years, it took Bitcoin 8 years to do. We just this week finalized our deal with deal makers. Auto sales are now accepting Troptions. That's going to be one of the first Troption automotive groups. We're excited about that. We're still waiting on the enterprise. We're still moving forward with all of that. But right now, if you do want to get a car, on our Facebook page, on Troptions Automotive Group Facebook page, you can get the telephone number of deal makers. Give Corey a call, and he'll be more than happy to help you and give you the list of cars that are available. I was there last week with Durwood. He has I mean, beautiful cars. They're beautiful cars. So I encourage anybody looking for a car, that's where you need to go. Jim? Explain the many uses of Troptions. And this is where I think this is really, really a important thing. One of the things that I always do when I'm talking to people is I try to explain as many different things to them. All of these things that are on here, and we went over the same list last week, and I think it's really important that people really understand what you can do with Troptions. It's not, I can buy a drug with it, or I can buy this, this one coin with it, like some of the other cryptocurrencies. These are things that we have done with Troptions. I mean, the hotel, the cars, the boats, the gyms, the equipment, the real estate, the business, and gold claims, made payments, animals, land, truck. I mean, stock, inventory, mining equipment. We did on one of our mines, we bought all the mining equipment with Troptions, farm equipment, proof of use, balance sheet, equity, leverage. It's amazing. Giveaways. I've used it for giveaways, sponsors. And I mean, basically everything up there I've done. There's a few things I haven't done with Troptions yet that some other people have done, but I'll do that. But, and I'm sure I'm leaving off a lot of different stuff that we've done that aren't up here. So this is another very important thing when you're pitching people, that you tell them are the things that have been done. Again, proof of fact. Tell them facts. We don't need to lie about anything we do. With this list of stuff that we're doing, I mean, it's very impressive. So explain it, learn it, and then fit it into your pitch. Jim? These are the 7 steps. Of course, strategy is number 1. Getting involved is number 2. Educating yourself is very important. You got to keep on educating yourself, always in this industry, because things are changing. Explaining yourself, how to buy something, which is what we're going to do next week. Then we're going to talk about the ecosystem. And the ecosystem we've talked about before, building the ecosystem, which helps each and every one of us. If you have somebody that has a business that can get involved and take a small portion of Troptions to start off with while they get their feet wet, this will also help them bring more business to them, because Troption holders are looking for people to support that are in our group. So building the ecosystem is very important. And then the last one is, don't let no stop you. There's always going to be people that are going to tell you it doesn't work, you can't use it, don't know it, not interested, you're wasting my time, you can't trade it with Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. If I listened to people telling me no, and half the things that I do or half the things that I have done and accomplished, I would not have half, a fourth, a third of what I have. When people tell me no, that's the best thing for me to move forward. So the key is are you ready to take the Troptions challenge? And if you are, these are the videos that you need to watch. These are the things that you need to do. This has worked for me. I've been very successful in it. You can talk to Doug, you can talk to Jim, you can talk to Durwood, you can talk to Spud. A lot of people, a lot of very talented people that have done a lot of things. I think Doug's done over 1,500 transactions with Troptions. Doug, just one person, 1,500 transactions with Troptions. And I bet he's had 3,000 no's, because he didn't just get all those. And when Doug's relentless, man, he doesn't let no stop him. That fires him up more. I've been around this man. This man is an unbelievable animal when it comes to Troptions. He calls me in front of dealers and gets me on the phone with dealers while he's buying these exotic cars that we all wish we had. Doug's sitting there doing a deal with the dealer, talking the dealer into it. So that's what you need to do. You have to accept and be ready for the Troptions challenge. And I think that's the last one is, expand your deal making options with Troptions. And that's a very true statement right there, because there's so many different things that you can do with Troptions and the investment that you have. So I want to stop now and stop the recording, and then we'll go to questions.